What up, my champion in training? It's Reemus, and I wanted to quickly introduce the next video, which is about match preparation. I remember a few years ago I was preparing for a fight and I just wasn't feeling 100% ready. I wasn't feeling 100% right. I didn't feel like a warrior going into that fight, and I didn't really know why. But now I do, and that's what we're going to talk about. But before that, I have to give you the quote of the day, which is by Martin Luther King. Every step towards the goal requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle. And with that, let's get into it. In this video, we're going to talk about how to get your mind in the perfect state as you're entering the ring to actually have a match. How to get your mind in a warrior-like state that is actually full of confidence and belief, but not actually too connected to the outcome. So let's get straight into it. So I've identified one thing that you need to have as you're getting into the ring in order to be confident, and that thing is pain. Now, you might have heard it before by Mike Tyson. He once said the easiest part about fighting is the actual fighting. The training is actually the hard part. The wait for the fight is actually much more mentally tiring than the actual fight itself. The fight is won or lost a few months before, a few weeks before, the moments before, not in the actual match. That's what I believe. So anyway, how do you actually achieve this state then? So why is it that you need to achieve pain before you actually get in the ring? Now, the reason why is because your mind can be a great enemy at times. It's really strict, it's really suppressing, it's really scared. But you need to give your mind proof that you've done everything that you could have as you're getting into the ring. And that way it's not going to be your enemy as much. It's going to maybe work for you. It's going to actually encourage you instead of actually battling with you. And if you're able to do this, then it makes fear and anxiety much more easier to deal with. So I've identified 4 different ways in which you can achieve this state, or 4 different investments I call them, in order for you to go into the mind with a real clear and confident mind. By the way, all of these are linked to sacrifice, and that's what actually is giving your mind proof that you've done everything you could, is sacrificing. So the first sacrifice that you need to make is to do with time. It's chronological investment, and that just means how much time do you actually invest to go to the gym? How much time do you invest to actually dedicate to studying films or whatever it is? How much time is it that you're giving to your craft? Now, the reason why this is a sacrifice, of course, is because time spent doing these things, time spent doing boxing, is time spent when you could have actually spent it doing things you actually like. Because let's be real, training is not always fun. After doing the same thing for months over, years over, it isn't really that fun anymore. And to be honest, there are a lot of times you'd rather go out with your friend, go out with that really cute girl, go out with your family, go out to that show, or go out to anywhere, or just spend time doing something else. So that's why it's a sacrifice. The second one is physical sacrifice. Of course, when you're training, you feel pain, physical pain. It doesn't feel nice to do 50 press-ups, 100 press-ups, whatever you do. It doesn't feel like nice for your muscles to actually do it. And of course, if you're doing what feels uncomfortable, it's giving your mind proof that, oh, okay, we're working hard. I think, I can. You say you want to win. I think I can believe you. The third type of sacrifice is to do with emotional sacrifice. It's more going through those bouts of negative feelings, discouragement, doubts, not feeling good. Maybe, for example, you've gone to the gym and maybe you went to spar, you got beat up a bit and you're not feeling good, or maybe you're trying out that new technique and you just really couldn't get it, and now you're frustrated and you go home just frustrated, you don't want to talk to anyone, or maybe your energy is drained and you don't have any time to or the energy to really give your loved ones, and it gets you down a bit. And of course, that's why it's a sacrifice. The fourth one is what I call surrender to entitlement. The reason why this is a sacrifice, let me backtrack. Alright, so what do we mean by entitlement? By entitlement, we mean actually calling a meeting in your head and saying to yourself, you know what, I actually believe that we can do this. I actually believe that this is for me. I actually believe that this is something that I want to do and I really want to be the best at it. Now you might say, why is that actually a sacrifice? That's a good thing. But the thing is, once you make that executive decision that this is something that you're going for, now you have to go for it. And every time you don't go for it, you're doing yourself a great disservice. There's a standard and a responsibility that you now have to live up to. And that's why it's a sacrifice, because now it's basically going to lead to all the other sacrifices. You're now saying your life is boxing. Your life has to be boxing. Your entire life has to be boxing if this is something that you truly say you want to do. So once you actually dedicate yourself to sacrificing in these 4 ways, right, and you do that months before the bout, weeks before the bout, as much as you can, invest in as much time, emotions, your mental, your physical pain into this stuff. Once you do that, I'm so 100% sure that when you get into the ring, you're going to feel confident. Because the truth is, that lack of confidence, I've been in the ring before where I was thinking to myself, I don't know why, like I know I'm better than this guy, but for some reason I just don't feel right. I know I'm talented, but just something doesn't feel right. And I've had that feeling before, and I'm sure you have too. But once you sacrifice in these 4 areas, I can guarantee you're not going to have that problem. So that is it from me. If you like the video, make sure you subscribe, because to be honest, I can't see who else is going to tell you this sort of stuff. And I really wish that someone else had told me that type of stuff when I was younger. So if you're a fighter, make sure you're subscribed. And I will see you in the next video. So Reemus is signing out.